Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. My constituent, a busker, applied for the Canada Recovery Benefit. He submitted his annual income tax return for the last 2 years, along with his City of Vancouver street vendor permit as proof of income and employment. CRA did not accept these and wanted to see receipts and bank statements indicating deposits made. It is, in my opinion, unreasonable to expect buskers and street musicians to provide receipts and regular bank deposits for their small amount of cash income. Now, that was almost 6 months ago. And so today, I'm happy to report that after this intense advocacy, which included a letter to the minister, question periods, countless calls to CRA agents, the government finally accepted my constituents' original proof of income documents, which were their income tax returns and the City of Vancouver street vendor permit as valid proof of employment and income to qualify for the CRB. So I'm sharing this in the House of Commons today so that others could be aware of this important win for my constituent, and that if you are faced with a similar issue, I urge you to contact your Member of Parliament to try and get the matter resolved. Now, as we're talking about CRA, related to CRA, I've written to the government to request an extension of the income tax filing deadline for older adults age 60 plus who receive their guaranteed income supplement. Last year, the federal government publicly announced that seniors receiving the GIS would be able to keep their GIS payments without interruption if they file the taxes by October 1st. This helped many seniors, and I hope that the same measures can be taken again this year to support seniors during this ongoing pandemic where we're well into the third wave with new variants. Many GIS recipients face multiple barriers, including language, mobility, and technology, and that made the navigating of the systems very difficult, if not impossible, without assistance. These seniors rely on community tax clinics and community nonprofit groups to assist them in filing their income taxes accurately and in a timely manner. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the barriers to tax filings already experienced by low-income seniors. Many seniors serving community organizations rely on volunteers who are also seniors, such as the 411 Senior Center in my riding. With a third wave raging on, organizations providing tax filing services for seniors are shutting down their in-person services in accordance to public health guidelines. And I've been informed by the organization that they have been serving over 160 seniors per week and have almost 400 more appointments booked for the upcoming weeks. However, due to the need to temporarily shut down in-person clinics, it will take time for the organization to move their services to remote models. Even prior to the public health guidelines, both seniors volunteering and clients in need of support have been voicing health and safety concerns over traveling to the clinic in person. Even with services moved to remote and virtual models, there will be many seniors with technology and other barriers who will not be able to access these services in time. Ontario has also announced a 4-week province-wide shutdown. Quebec has announced special lockdowns for selected cities and regions, which will no doubt impact community tax clinics in those communities as well. So from that perspective, Madam Speaker, I'm asking for the government to extend the tax timeline for seniors and to ensure that their GIS is not interrupted, especially during this very difficult period. And I hope that the government can provide this support to seniors. Thank you.
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of National Revenue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to my honourable colleague from Vancouver East. I'm very happy to hear of the outcome with regards to the issue faced by one of her residents. Madam Speaker, with respect to the assessment of eligibility for self-employed Canadians who received the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, during the course of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Canada Revenue Agency deployed 7 emergency and economic recovery measures to support Canadians and businesses. The government of Canada announced the CERB on March 25, 2020, and in just 12 short days, after the announcement, the CRA began distributing CERB payments to the millions of Canadians who were in need of that support. On April 27, 2020, the CRA also deployed the Canada Emergency Wage Subsidy, otherwise known as CEWS, to eligible businesses as part of the Government of Canada's COVID-19 Economic Response Plan. This emergency measure was designed to help employers who have been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic to keep workers on their payroll or to bring back previously laid off employees. Madame la Présidente, l'Agence a travaillé.
Madam Speaker, the CRA has worked very hard to support Canadians during these difficult times, whether they are workers, businesses. The CRA has also put in place measures to uphold the integrity of our Canadian tax system.
The CERB was designed to support employed individuals, contract workers, and self-employed persons who are not deemed eligible for employment insurance. For instance, millions of Canadians were able to apply for the CERB online through My Account, via an automated telephone line, or by calling CRA's toll-free number. Moreover, millions of payments were made to Canadians via either direct deposit or check, typically within just 10 days of applying for the benefit. The CERB eligibility criteria clearly stated that a person had to either earn at least $5,000 in 2019 or over the past 12 months from employment income, self-employment income, or provincial benefit payments related to maternity or paternity leave. In the first 2 weeks that the CERB was announced, information provided on Canada.ca and by the CRA call center agents on eligible self-employment income was unclear. The situation may have led some self-employed Canadians to apply in good faith despite being ineligible, Madame la Présidente. By late April, however, clear information regarding CERB eligibility was posted on Canada.ca and provided to CRA's call center agents. Madam Speaker, the Government of Canada and the CRA regret sincerely that communications regarding the eligibility criteria may not have been unclear in the first days after the CERB was launched. Madam Speaker, I would also like to point out that the Government of Canada and the CRA support of self-employed workers does not stop there. Just last month, on February 9th, 2021, the government announced that self-employed individuals whose net self-employed income was less than $5,000 and who applied for the CERB would not be required to repay the CERB, as long as their gross self-employment income was at least $5,000 and they met all other eligibility criteria. That same day, the Government of Canada and the CRA also announced that they will provide targeted interest relief to Canadians who receive COVID-related income support benefits. Once individuals have filed their 2020 income tax and benefit return, they will not be required to pay interest on any outstanding income tax debt for the 2020 tax year until April 30th, 2022. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Vancouver East.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Many low-income seniors across Canada depend heavily on their GIS as a core part of their income. Any interruption to this important benefit would cause dire hardship. So I really urge the government to extend the income tax deadline for them. But of course, seniors are not the only people experiencing problems with CRA. I have another situation, constituents whereby they are getting they're not able to get a new T4 tax slip from CIA in time to file their taxes. And the miscalculation on their T4 is a result of the errors made by CRA on their CERB payments. In one instance, one of my constituents didn't even ask for CERB, but received it. She returned that money, and now she's being taxed for it. So this is just absolutely outrageous. We need the government to do better, and we need CRA to do better, and we need to extend the deadline for tax income filing.
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I do encourage all Canadians to file their taxes by the deadline to ensure that they maintain the benefits and credits they deserved and they worked so hard for. Madam Speaker, the CRA is committed to maintaining a balance between making emergency funds accessible to individuals and businesses who urgently need this support while preserving the fairness and integrity of our tax system. In collaboration with ESDC, the CRA has designed the CERB application process to be attestation-based. This is similar to the approach used in tax filing, where individuals attest to information they provide when they file their taxes. And the CRA may verify this information at the time of filing and or at a later date. The vast majority of Canadians are honest and well-intentioned, and the CRA has an effective systems in place to ensure that only eligible Canadians receive benefit payments. I
would like to highlight that the CRA has a customer service model, and pursuant to it, and in the spirit of transparency and equity, the CRA